Hello and a very warm welcome to our channel, your trusted guide to living a healthy and safe life at every age. Let's start with a very familiar scene. You've just stepped out of a warm shower, and you reach into the bathroom cabinet for that little plastic box filled with white cotton-tipped sticks. You gently insert one into your ear, and you get that feeling of satisfaction. It feels like you are cleaning, like you are doing the right and hygienic thing. But what if I told you that this daily ritual, a habit that millions of us perform without a second thought, is not only completely unnecessary, but is also one of the most common ways people accidentally injure their ears? What if I told you that the very tool you are using to clean is actually making the problem worse? Today, we are going to have a frank conversation about the dangerous way most of us clean our ears. We will uncover the science of why it's so harmful, and most importantly, teach you the safe, simple, and doctor-approved way to care for your ears. A crucial disclaimer before we start. This information is for educational purposes. Your ear health is precious. Please always consult with your doctor or an ear, nose, and throat specialist, an HNO-Arzt, as we say in Austria, for any concerns about your ears or hearing. Before we can understand why the common way of cleaning is wrong, we first need to change our entire perspective on the substance we are trying to remove, earwax. In German, it has the rather unflattering name Ohrenschmalz. And many of us have been brought up to believe that it is a form of dirt that needs to be cleaned out. This is the first and most important myth we need to bust. Earwax is not dirt. It is not a sign of being unclean. In fact, earwax, or cerumen, as it's medically known, is a sign of a healthy, normal, functioning ear. It is a wonderfully engineered substance that your body produces for three very important reasons. 1. It cleans. Earwax is the star player in your ear's self-cleaning mechanism. It acts like a sticky conveyor belt, trapping dust, dirt, dead skin cells, and other debris that enters your ear canal. Then, through the natural motions of your jaw, talking, chewing, yawning, this conveyor belt slowly moves everything from the inside of your ear canal to the outside, where it simply dries up and falls away. 2. It protects. Earwax is your ear canal's personal bodyguard. It has natural antibacterial and antifungal properties, and its slightly acidic nature creates an environment that is unfriendly to germs, helping to prevent painful ear infections. And 3, it moisturizes. It provides a waterproof lining for the ear canal and lubricates the delicate skin inside, preventing it from becoming dry, flaky, and itchy. So earwax is not the enemy. It is a protective, beneficial substance. Now, let's name the common culprit, the tool that so many of us are using incorrectly and dangerously. We are talking about the cotton swab. It is one of the great ironies of product history that the most common use for the cotton swab is the one use that doctors and even the manufacturers themselves explicitly warn against. If you look closely at a box of cotton swabs, you will almost always find a warning label that says, "Caution, do not insert swab into ear canal." And yet, what do millions of us do every single day? We ignore that warning. We do this not just with cotton swabs, but sometimes with even more dangerous items like bobby pins, paper clips, or the corner of a towel. There's a simple rule that all ear doctors will tell you. Never put anything smaller than your elbow in your ear. Why is this simple act so dangerous? The harm happens in 3 main ways. 1. The impaction problem. Your ear canal is a narrow, dead-end street. When you insert a cotton swab, you might remove a tiny bit of wax from the edges, which is what you see on the cotton tip. But what you don't see is that the swab acts like the plunger in a cannon, pushing the vast majority of the wax deeper into the ear canal. Over time, this repeated pushing compacts the wax into a hard, dry plug right up against your eardrum. This is called an impaction, and it is one of the most common causes of temporary, correctable hearing loss. 2. The puncture risk. Your eardrum is an incredibly delicate and thin membrane. It is very easy to misjudge how far you are going, and an accidental push can perforate or puncture the eardrum. A punctured eardrum can be extremely painful, can lead to serious infections, and in some cases can cause permanent hearing loss and issues with your balance, like vertigo. 3. The infection pathway. The skin lining your ear canal is not like the skin on your arm. It is paper thin and extremely sensitive. When you scrape a cotton swab along this delicate skin, you can easily create tiny, microscopic scratches. These small cuts create a perfect entry point for bacteria, leading to painful and difficult-to-treat outer ear infections, medically known as otitis externa, or swimmer's ear. Let's revisit the core myth. The feeling of cleaning with a swab is a complete illusion. You are not cleaning. You are primarily pushing and compacting. The small amount of wax you see on the tip is a false reward that reinforces a dangerous habit. The truth is that a healthy ear canal does not need your help to be clean. It has a brilliant, self-sufficient system. The only time this system fails is when we interfere with it, or when, for a small number of people, the body produces an excessive amount of wax, or the wax becomes too dry as we age. But even in these cases, the cotton swab is the worst possible tool for the job. So what is the safe, simple, and doctor-approved way to manage your ear hygiene? It's wonderfully low-tech. 1. Focus only on the outer ear. The only part of your ear that requires any manual cleaning is the visible outer part, the pinna, and the very opening of the ear canal. 2. Use a washcloth. The best and safest tool for the job is your own finger covered with a soft, damp washcloth. After your shower or bath, when the skin is soft, simply use your cloth-covered finger to gently wipe away any visible wax from the outer folds of your ear and around the entrance to the canal. 3. Let nature do the rest. For the inside of your ear canal, do nothing. Simply allow your body's natural conveyor belt mechanism to work. The normal movements of your jaw will slowly and surely work the wax out to the entrance, where you can then gently wipe it away. That's it. It's a gentle, effective method that works with your body's natural processes, not against them. So what is the safe, simple, and doctor-approved way to manage your ear hygiene? It's wonderfully low-tech. 1. Focus only on the outer ear. The only part of your ear that requires any manual cleaning is the visible outer part, the pinna, and the very opening of the ear canal. 2. Use a washcloth. The best and safest tool for the job is your own finger covered with a soft, damp washcloth. After your shower or bath, when the skin is soft, simply use your cloth-covered finger to gently wipe away any visible wax from the outer folds of your ear and around the entrance to the canal. 3. Let nature do the rest. For the inside of your ear canal, do nothing. Simply allow your body's natural conveyor belt mechanism to work. The normal movements of your jaw will slowly and surely work the wax out to the entrance, where you can then gently wipe it away. That's it. It's a gentle, effective method that works with your body's natural processes, not against them. Let me tell you about a man named Joseph, a 75-year-old retired gentleman from a small Austrian town. Joseph had been a diligent cotton swab user his entire life, believing it was the right thing to do. Lately, he noticed that the world was starting to sound muffled, especially on his right side, and he had a persistent low-level ringing in that ear. He was worried that he was beginning to lose his hearing. His daughter convinced him to see an HNO-Arzt. The doctor took one look inside his right ear with his otoscope and smiled. "Joseph," he said, "I have good news. Your hearing is likely just fine. The problem is this." He showed Joseph the screen, which revealed a large, dark plug of wax completely blocking the view of his eardrum. It was a classic impaction, pushed down and compacted by years of cotton swab use. The doctor performed a simple, painless procedure to flush the wax out. As the warm water swirled and the plug came loose, Joseph said it was as if the entire world suddenly came back into focus. The sound was crisp and clear again, and the ringing was gone. He walked out of the office a very happy man, and he told me he immediately went home and threw his entire box of cotton swabs in the trash. You may have seen other so-called remedies for cleaning ears, like ear candling, being advertised. Let me be very clear on this, in line with the advice of every major medical association in the world. Do not do it. Ear candling is the practice of placing a hollow, cone-shaped candle in the ear and lighting it, with the claim that the vacuum created will pull wax out. This has been thoroughly debunked by science. The impurities you see in the candle stub afterward are simply the melted, sooty wax from the candle itself. Not only is it completely ineffective, but it is also extremely dangerous. It carries a very real risk of burns to your face, hair, and outer ear, and can even drip hot wax down into your ear canal, causing a serious blockage or a punctured eardrum. Today, we have learned the truth about ear care. We've learned that earwax is a friend, not a foe, a protective, self-cleaning substance. We've learned that the common cotton swab is a dangerous tool that pushes wax deeper, can damage your eardrum, and cause infections. And we've learned that the safe and effective way to care for our ears is simple. Gently clean the outer ear with a washcloth. Leave the inner ear canal alone and let it clean itself. See a doctor if you have any signs of a wax impaction. Your invitation today is to make a promise to your ears. Go into your bathroom, find your box of cotton swabs, and commit to never again putting one inside your ear canal. If you found this video helpful and perhaps a little eye-opening, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more practical, science-backed health advice. Have you ever been told by a doctor not to use cotton swabs in your ears? I'd be interested to hear your story in the comments. And for our final, most important reminder, please always see your doctor or an ENT specialist for any concerns about your ear health. They are the only ones who can safely look inside and tell you what's going on. Thank you for watching.